Good morning and welcome to the fifth quarter AZ. My name is Danny Neal and I'm your co-host for the day. And I just want to welcome everybody back to this Welcome Back to School Friday edition. And as always, I can't do this by myself. I got to have my partner in crime, the guy that has so many titles, so I just can't name them all. Like I said, the man has won state. He's been the coach of the year. He's done everything you can do in 4A basketball. So what does he do? He goes and coaches 5A flag football for the inaugural season in Flagstaff High School and in Northern Arizona. I'm talking about the coach, Mr. Tyrone Johnson. Good morning, Coach. How you doing, man?
Coach, man, I am doing well this morning. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. You got to be coach, because you can't just be basketball Coach Johnson. Now you got to be flag football Coach Johnson, too. That house flag football going. I came out to your first practice. You got rained out, so I didn't come back no more because I like inside and I like basketball. How's flag football going, man?
You know, so far so good, Coach. It's look, it's gonna be interesting at the least. We have some athletes. We got soccer players. We got a couple softball players now. We got some basketball players, and so we got some athletes out there. And now, you know, this is a sport. Obviously, soccer. They doing stuff with their feet all the time. So great footwork. And so we got to put together being able to run routes and catch the ball at the same time. We got to be able to, you know, throw the ball and throw it to where they going, not to where they was. And so we just out there learning, growing, and having some fun. That's what it is right now. Man. And the turnout was pretty cool.
It was. I saw the turnout out there and everybody was excited. Girls who never would probably be together normally if it wasn't for flag football.
And that's one of the coolest things, just getting the girls from the different sport and now letting them understand, hey, we're on one team as opposed to, you know, just different sports and everything. And so even in our drills and whatnot, you'll see them migrate. All the soccer girls go here, basketball, so on and so forth. And so then I have to get everybody on the line, make them go side by side, count off, say, you know why I'm doing that? Oh, so we can get to know other people? Exactly. So, but it's been good. And you know, obviously our guest today is part of the Flag High family. And so it's been great in terms of working with them and just finding space to where we can all get out there and operate and be successful. So it's been good that way too.
Right. With all this rain, the main gym, the dome, and the commons area can only hold so many people and so many teams. Right?
Exactly.
And football teams and they're lifting weights and running routes in the weight rooms. So, hey, but that's all right, man. And the beautiful thing is, as coaches, you guys work together. And that's important. To have at Flag High, you know, between Coach Hagen and Coach Clements, yourself, and all the track coaches, you know, just to be able to work together and be one family and support each other is a beautiful thing. And I'm sure it's the same in Coconino, it's the same as MPA and everything. And that's what makes Flagstaff as a community a special place to live in.
No, absolutely. And then for some of us, man, we be spoiled because we be indoors, so we don't have to go through lightning and we don't have to go through weather delays and all that. So I ain't used to all this. I'm used to when it's time to practice, it's time to practice. And we got our space and we go. I ain't used to like, hey, lightning, get inside. Hey, the clock gonna start. Hey, just kidding. Not right now. Hey, here we go. Hey, 5:15, you can get out there. I'm just like, whoa, they be dealing with it, Coach.
Once again, you handle that flag football, I'll handle the basketball while you're away. I'm staying inside because you know what that rain turned into? Snow. I'm not going out there.
Yeah, in the winter, absolutely.
And after the weather we had last year, the heat we had this year, ain't no telling what's going to happen. It may snow a foot of snow next week. I won't be out there. But I hope you have good practices and just let them know, man, they got to play through the weather. Be like the mailman. Rain, snow, sleet, and shine.
Yeah, we're going to deliver. We're going to deliver. No matter what. We're going to deliver.
That's all right. So when's your first game, Coach? I know you're in the 5A conference. So when's your first game and who you playing against?
Who would ask something like that on the first?
You the coach. Who else I'm going to ask?
Go to AZ Preps 365 like everybody else and find out. You're supposed to be a host. You should know that type of information. Our first game is August 29th, man. August 29th. We're on the road. and we played one of them M schools. Give me an M school. Maryvale, maybe. I don't know, Coach.
Okay, well, that's
we on the road. We go look. We play somebody, so they better be ready. Whoever. Look, I'm gonna find out just for you since you put me on the spot like that.
And while he's looking, I want to make sure everybody. Hey, if you like what we're doing, please, hit that like button, subscribe. Hey, we're live right now. Hit these coaches up with a question, something that you've been wanting to ask them, and also go back to our YouTube channel. Look at some of the older shows. See what we've been doing for a long time, and see what we're about, and give us ideas, give us suggestions, help us be better. So with that, Coach, have you found out who you play?
Man, we played Marcos Denizia, so I told you it was an M school.
That's all right.
Well, and first home game will be the 31st against Agua Fria.
Hey, we're gonna pack the field. I was gonna say pack the house, but we're gonna pack the field. Now, one other thing that I heard before we bring out the guests, I heard during your flag football practices you had a little problem, Coach. I heard that you was like, y'all need to catch the football. I heard that went on the whole practice.
See, people talk too much. That's supposed to stay on the practice field or in the practice commons. That's what it was. People talk too much. Yeah, I had a couple snafus in terms of the actual oblong object that we was playing with. I kept referring to it as a basketball, so I had to pause, and I always caught myself though, Coach.
Whatever it is, they need to catch it up.
They better catch it. Whatever coming your way, catch it.
Well, that's all right, man. It's just exciting times. This weekend, if you have nothing to do, we have our Mountain Madness tournament this weekend. We've got, we'll be at Flag High, we'll be at Sonawa. We'll have teams all the way from 5th grade all the way to high school, teams from the Valley, teams from all over Northern Arizona. Youth just out there playing, getting it in, and just still continuing to work hard. So if you have nothing to do this weekend, there will be basketball, good basketball at Flagstaff High School and Sonawa this weekend. Please come out, enjoy some good games, go to the concession stand, enjoy that, lead the officials along, and just have a great time. So with that, Coach, we got a special guest, man. Somebody we are just happy to have on this show, somebody that you're going to have to work with a lot and have been talking to a lot. So I'm gonna let you bring this young man out. I can say that, this young man out.
Well, like you say, Coach, our guest today, in the Flag High family, coaching family, been working together a little bit as far as field space and everything else. Just excited to see the product that he's gonna put on the field this year. And just really, really excited just to be able to get to work with them and then work together and, chop it up. And look, I'm going to have to steal some plays and all that. But, hey, let's bring him on. It's none other than the head football coach at Flagstaff High School, Coach Mickey Clements. What's up, Coach?
Good morning,
Hi.
Coach.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Man? We doing good, man. We see you in passing, we speaking, we talking, and so now, man, just thank you very much for being on the show and you are already a part of the Flag High family. Now you're a major part of the Flagstaff family. And first of all, we'd like you to start off telling us a little bit about yourself. You're bringing your athletic history, and just give us a little bio on you.
All right. Well, good morning, and thanks for having me on the show. I love what you guys do, and I'm glad to be here. But yeah, I grew up. I'm a Bay Area guy. I grew up in Mountain View, which is halfway between San Francisco and San Jose, and yeah, I just fell in love with football early on in life. My parents didn't let me play until I was a freshman, so I couldn't wait to get on the field and put a helmet on, and have a big heart for those guys at Flag High coming in as freshmen who get to play for the first time. And yeah, Yeah, it was a Bay Area. Went to college at St. Mary's College. You guys probably know from the basketball program, but we had football at the time, and yeah, we were 1AA and got to have a great time there. Made a lot of great lifelong friends and learned a lot of life lessons playing college football. And then yeah, from there, right after college, I knew I wanted to be a coach, and I went to Mississippi, and I was a volunteer football coach and teacher at a Catholic school in the Mississippi Delta, and I had a great time coaching. I did that for 2 years, and then I started pursuing a career in business and got out of coaching for about 12 years. And I always think about those 12 years. This time of year, and the weather starts to change, and you start seeing more and more football on ESPN, and hearing all the chatter on the AM radio about what teams are going to be good. And I always knew I wanted to get back into coaching again. And so, yeah, I started a family, married my lovely wife, Lindsay, in Phoenix. And at the time, it made sense to get back into coaching. So I started coaching in Phoenix again. And we made the move up to Flagstaff, which is something I wanted to do, raise our kids there. So right now I have an 11 and 8-year-old daughter and daughters. And yeah, they love playing soccer. And it's been just really fun to be here in Flagstaff and plant our roots and raise our family together. And we've made a lot of great friends, and Flagstaff High School family has been fantastic. But like you said, I love what you guys do here. And you mentioned Coconino and NPA, and the community we got here, working together to make this the best possible community, and using sports as one of those avenues. But congratulations to you guys on your success. That was a great season last year, and
yeah, it was a fun ride following this guy here.
But
absolutely, we definitely enjoyed it. And Coach, you're talking about your daughters, and then you're talking about soccer, but look, we got a flag football program now, so we might have to go ahead and start doing a little work that way too.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Tyrone. Like I love playing catch with the girls, but like when you think about it, where's this gonna go? The last 3 or 4 years, I was good thing to know how to throw a football and have some fun in the playground. But now it can pan out to go play for you guys.
Absolutely. And there's actually college programs with that too now.
Yeah. No, there's a new avenue open for them, and they're the 11-year-old. It's perfect age. Yeah. So I think she really wants to pursue that. And like you said, you can play both soccer and basketball, or both soccer and flag football, and my 8-year-old really wants to play basketball. So it's nice I can be able to do both, the winter and fall sports combined. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So, Coach, I think one of the first conversations I had with you after you got the job, I was congratulating you on getting the job. We were at the Dome. At Flag High Gym in the lobby area there. And one thing you mentioned was picking Coach Johnson's head about the culture he's established and the culture you want to establish at Flag High. Working at the rec center, I see some of those guys who've been working hard with you all summer come through there. They'll leave practice in the morning and walk to the rec center and hang out, and then go back over, and they love you. They absolutely love you. How is your culture right now? How is it coming on?
Well, the culture's strong, and one thing I've learned is the culture's never standing still, right? It's never stagnant. It's always changing, and to really embrace that too. And we bring on a new athlete into the program, and it's just a combination of all the personalities involved. And but from a leadership standpoint, you're just trying to steer everything in the right direction. And I like what you guys have done. It doesn't happen overnight. That's one thing I've learned from talking to you guys and about you guys to other people is it does take time, and you can't expect it to happen in month one or even year one. But as long as we got things going in the right direction, and get the right people involved and doing the right things in the right way, and having fun together and building that family. Some of the things I've learned from the other coaches at Flag High and some of the mentors I have but it's always a challenge because you're just constantly trying to keep this dynamic thing going the right direction, and you take your eye off one thing for a minute, and then you got to go back to it again, so I do look forward to working with you guys more too and learning from you, because and I know that year one for you is a lot different than last year. It took a lot of time to get things where they are, but I love how you guys, when I see your student athletes coming to the gym, they know exactly what to do and how to do it, and expectations are real clear, and I can tell that they really embrace that too. They love it, and it's just and then the way you guys have built the family too, like the way your fans have embraced the Lady Eagles and your branding, and you see it around town, and the pride that you guys have built, it's really, really impressive. And I hope to just take a little bit at a time and try to emulate that and build our own. But yeah, you guys, I'm so proud of what you guys have done, and I look forward to learning from you as much as I can.
Yeah, well, we definitely appreciate that. Appreciate them comments, Coach. And like I say, we in it together, and you and I will still throughout the season be able to pick each other's brain and see what's working, what's not. And so, when you talk about culture and everything, what are some of your non-negotiables when you're coming in and you're looking to set up your structure, you're looking to set up culture? What are some things that you're just absolutely not gonna, stand for? Even if it's beyond your non-negotiables, where's your bar? What's the standard that you're setting coming in as a new coach?
Yeah, I think one thing I try not to do is have a lot of rules like you can't do this, you can't do that. With the negative first, I really try to. The non-negotiables is you come here with a positive attitude, have some fun, take your craft seriously. It's this is not none of the sports that we coach you can just get away with just showing up and just getting through practice. Look at the details of what are your responsibilities on and off the field, and take each one as a project that you need to get better at, every detail that goes into it. But yeah, and then family and really being able to work together and rely on each other. And one of the things I actually talked about yesterday is we're looking for a character, players of character. And one of the things I look for is, are you a man for others? Are you when you wake up in the morning, is the first thing you're thinking about is me, or are you thinking about how can I help my family? How can I help my best friends? How can I make the relationships in my life stronger and help those people get achieve their goals? And then I think if you're football, when you got such so many moving parts and so many players with such a variety of different roles, it really helps the team culture when you get the players thinking about each other first. And you're running a lot of things too from youth football on. You get guys who would prefer to play one position or another, or they want to play more on offense or than on defense, or they don't embrace a role on special teams, and just really working on teaching these young men to embrace the role that helps their brothers the most, and that's what family's about. It extends well beyond the football field or the basketball court, and into life. Help these guys become better fathers in the future, and spouses, and coworkers, and so that's. But yeah, I kind of went on a tangent there. But
no,
those non-negotiables is really to embrace that type of thinking as we build the team we want to have going into the season.
Yeah,
I was going to ask, when we're talking about building a culture, and one of the biggest parts of building that culture is handling the parents. How's that going? Getting the parents to buy into what you're doing. I mean, I know you've been in the program. A lot of them know you already. They already know what you're about. But as a head coach, is a whole different dynamic. Right. Because now everything's on your shoulders. Anything goes wrong with the lady, you go talk to Coach Johnson. So now that's on your shoulders and the parents. We have non-negotiables like don't talk to me during the game, don't talk to me after the game. That's how we go. Things like that. So how has that been with your parents and getting them to buy into what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm extremely grateful for the community, the way I've been accepted in, and I feel like one thing I'm really grateful for is just kind of the space and grace to get started. It wasn't, there's a lot of good ideas, and a lot of people have some strong opinions about football, and you're not going to make everyone. And some people want to run the wishbone, some people want to run the spread, and those types of things. But when it comes to just the administrative stuff and building the culture, the parents have been really supportive, and the booster club has just jumped right in. We're doing some new things that we'll talk hopefully at the end of the show. We'll talk about that, but I think what's been the best is just trying to communicate that we're partners in the raising their young child. I mean, their young man, and we, the goals they have for their son is going to be right in line with the goals the coaches have for them. Teaching them to be stronger men of character and be ready for the next phase of life. And those things go hand in hand. It helps you win football games if you're building that the roster full of young student athletes with strong character. So, but yeah, they've been really supportive, and I think a lot can change when you get into the season. We get the depending on how well we play on the field. So, and I know that's a big part of it too. So it might, but we have high expectations here at Flag High, and we have a great, long, proud tradition. And we have the Flagstaff community. We have players on our rosters. It's not uncommon to have a third generation football player on the team. And so you look at their dad and their grandpa, and you think you want to make them proud. And I can't blame them for having high expectations or being disappointed when we don't put a good product on the field. So yeah, that's ultimately that's my responsibility to get the good product on the field and make those guys proud. And so I welcome the high expectations, and but I'm very grateful for I felt like I just had a nice runway, a lot of positive comments, a lot of support. And it also was really fun when I first got the job, is talking to a lot of different people who've been around the program for a long time, and asking them what and just being a good listener. How can we get better? Where are the areas that you see the program needs to get fixed? And be more of a listener than a talker. And that was a really fun experience, just going around and hit just about every coffee shop in town and talk to a lot of people. But yeah, everyone's been really supportive, and it's been a great community.
That's cool, Coach. And then, you mentioned the players and stuff, and then, some of the players that played last year and now with your change in role as a head coach, how's the coach-player relationship been? And then what are some of the things that we can look forward to when we come out to watch you on Friday nights this year with the returning cast and any new people that you got coming in?
Yeah, I might start with the end of that question, but yeah, we have some really great players that have joined us, or some of them playing football for the first time, a couple of basketball players, and it's been really great to see how the returning players have embraced them. So we have we've seen a lot of great tools on the football field, but even more just high character guys. And so the guys have been playing football since they were 8 years old and been part of the Flag High program for 3 years already. The way they've welcomed some of these players. So we have a really good track athlete and a basketball player that have never played football before. So it's been kind of fun to get them going and put the helmet on for the first time and teach them how to line up and run plays. But so you kind of it was a lot of fun to see that. But yeah, our returning cast. I mean, I think with Chase Brown at quarterback, being a sophomore, with already 7 games of varsity, starting 7 games of varsity as a freshman. And then Jaden Wetzel, who also played varsity as a freshman, he's going to be a junior. Yeah, really excited for those guys. And then but a lot of good weapons for Chase to throw it to, and our line, O-line is really coming together. It's good to see the camaraderie that Coach Brown has built with those guys, and a lot of talent there as well. So. But yeah, and defensively, we got Coach Delgadillo as the defensive coordinator. Has been just doing an awesome job with those guys and building an attacking style defense. We're really kind of focused on creating turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable with some unpredictable looks in front. So, but yeah, so that it's coming together. And then offensively and defensively, really just we built a culture too, kind of how you guys have is. And up here at 7,000 feet, let's be fast and fun, and we want the other team to be on that bus ride coming up the mountain, knowing that they're going to have a long night of running. We're going to make them uncomfortable, and so our offense is going to be designed similar to that too, where we want keep the high tempo going and make it fast. And so I say fast, fierce, and fun. That's what we're looking for on both sides of the ball and special teams. And yeah, so we're excited. All three phases too. We brought on a great special teams coordinator, Brian Luera, and he brings some college experience, and we're doing some exciting things on special teams as well. So.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to add him 3S: fast, fierce, and fun. Look,
Yeah,
we're gonna try and do what the guys are doing: fast, fierce, and fun.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you also have one of our guys, a young man that grew up on the South Side. We know his family, and that's Coach Zeno Joyce. So I was happy to see Zeno out there with you this year. And for that man to only be like 5'4", 120 pounds, he was one of the toughest running backs ever came through this town.
Oh yeah.
So
I got to dig up some film on him, and you too, Tyrone. I heard you had a really good run when you were at quarterback for.
He played 2 games.
But yeah, I gotta figure out where the archives are. I want to watch some film of you guys playing. But yeah, Zeno's been a great addition. Wow, I love his energy, and he really stepped right in. And yeah, so yeah, Coach Joyce is doing a great job, and he came out on the he's working with a JV group, but we do a lot of things together, and we call ourselves, we're 3 squads and 1 team. And he came from the JV squad, and when he comes to that varsity field, you can see everyone light up. His energy is so contagious, and I heard he cooks a pretty good birthday meal too.
The catfish,
man. Zeno's a catfish guy.
Yeah,
in fact, I nicknamed him Catfish.
Yeah, so but it's fun to see. I mean, that's what I love about this community. I mean, he played at Coconino, but I mean, there was his grandparents meet at Flag High or something like that.
All of his uncles, everybody, and except now the more recent generation went to Coconino. But but that's Flagstaff, like you say. That's the great thing with Coach Johnson. I noticed he talked about seeing film of Zeno, seeing film of you. I guess he understands the only way he's seeing film of me is if they see me in PE.
Yeah, because that film don't exist.
It's got to be somewhere. Right?
Yes, indeed.
So, Coach, look, I do my job as a reporter, and you guys open up with Greenway. You know, what do you know about them? And then, you know, what's the most important thing in this season, in that first game? Is it about getting a win, or is it about just showing signs of growth? What's the most important thing coming up in this first game for you?
Well, that's a great question. Yeah, it's always, no matter who it is, you know, Greenway, we have a ton of respect for them. But you the first game, you really don't know a whole lot about your opponent, and they don't know a whole lot about you. We'll probably exchange our scrimmage film and get a little information there. But based on what they did last year, they have a lot of really talented young players that are returning. I think they had the exact same record as us, 2-8. So I think we're both looking to get on the field and get started with the new season, probably more so than most teams. But we can't wait to get back out there and put a good product on the field. I know Greenway will too. But yeah, they have a great tradition too, and we know that they're going to be excited to get out there and put up some their best product too. But they have a lot of speed. In a lot of ways, it is a similar story to us, you know, and they're building a good program and things are going the right direction. But yeah, I think their best receiver is a sophomore last year, and he had some really good numbers, and we got to see a little film on him, not much yet, but when we get the scrimmage exchange, we'll know a little bit more. But still, you know, sometimes you don't really know yourself yet until you actually step across the line on game day and see how you handle the first turnover, the first bit of adversity. You know, how are these guys going to respond, and how are we going to handle success too? You know, that's as important piece of the puzzle too. Do you keep that momentum going, or do you get complacent and overconfident? So we want to be ready for all of it, and we can't wait to learn. The first quarter, we're going to learn so much. You just know that going into it, and so. But yeah, we're chomping at the bit. We can't wait to get out there. It's just
yeah, and you mentioned a couple players, so the cupboard wasn't up there. I mean, when you talk about Chase Brown, who, from my understanding, is getting some national looks, some national recognition. I shouldn't say recognition, but is getting some looks nationally. Young man like Jaden Wetzel, who you're talking about a family tradition, the Wetzel family has a tradition, and he's just a horse. He's just a dog out there, y'all. And he's that guy that I'm gonna do this, and you're not gonna stop me. And so, who else besides those two guys that you're looking forward to having big years? But because we know those are the marquee names for you right now.
Yeah, well, another player is wants to play in college, and he's getting the opportunity already. Some offers, but is Nano Birdno, and he's really just grown into a great looking defensive end, tight end. It seems like every time, over the last 3 years, he grew a lot. So he's 6'6" now, and he's worked his tail off in the weight room and really built a frame on added to the frame he already had. And he's one of those guys. He played rugby more than football growing up, really? Which so you can see the toughness and he's got great hands, and so he'll pose a lot of problems for defenses, especially when we got a quarterback who can get him the ball well. So we're really excited about getting him involved in the offense more this year. But he was a standout defensive player last year, so I'm glad to see him getting some of that attention. But Tyler McGill is another guy. He just brings a lot of speed to the field, but he's also just that tough matchup problem, because he's so strong, and the way he runs is not what you typically see in a wide receiver. He's that guy in kind of the more modern offense you see. He doesn't actually have could be a tight end, could be a wide out, could be a slot. You can move him around, but when he gets the ball, you better get him, because he's a track athlete, and his top speed is really impressive. And so but the list of weapons goes on, and that's another thing in the first game. We're gonna see based on how they try to defend us. Some guys, see who gets the ball. It's probably a lot like basketball, right? There's only so many shots that can happen during a game. So, but we have that unselfish culture, and you guys are all just really celebrating each other's success. You never know who's going to be the leading scorer from day to day, and on a good basketball team, you just kind of who's hot, and how are they defending us, and where's the momentum taking us. So, but I can't wait to see it. And the O-line is really going to be the key component of that, and we really want to celebrate those guys too. Every time any of these individuals have a big game, it really doesn't happen without the O-line doing a great job and working together and communicating, and giving a quarterback time and open up the holes for the running back. So, but like I said, I can't wait to get out there.
We can tell it. We can see it in you, and the kids obviously can feel that, and that's where their enthusiasm comes from. So, I'm fortunate enough to be the spotter for the announcer, Rick Brandel. So I'm at all your games, calling out the numbers and everything. So I'm wishing you good luck. But I think now it is that time in the show where we ask you to give us a little bit of knowledge, something to move forward with today. And that will come from the Coach Johnson's Golden Nugget question of the day. Go get him, Coach.
Look, before the Golden Nugget question, I want to give you one fun fact. Your second game of the season, Somerset, out of Las Vegas, that's my uncle's high school. We set it up with Brandel. So my uncle's high school is coming up out of Vegas to play y'all the second game. So
I heard about that.
Yeah. All right. As far as the Golden Nugget question goes, Coach, thinking back on your playing days, what's one thing that you learned from a coach that you admired, respected, et cetera, that you take today and that you institute into the players that you have?
That's a great question. Yeah, so I'd have to go with the head coach of the program at St. Mary's is Mike Rasmussen. He had a long he just had a real methodical approach to everything. He was very even keel. you knew where he was coming from, but he was no nonsense. And but what I really liked about him was he was always a student of the game. He had been the offensive coordinator at Cal Berkeley for a few years, and coming to St. Mary's, you think maybe he would just rested on his laurels and his resume and taking it easy, but the guy just worked his tail off. You could see the light 6 a.m. The light was already on in his office, and you go by at 9:30 p.m. the light was on in his office. He's in there watching film and figuring out how to get better. So yeah, he's a mentor of mine. I've been talked to him quite a bit going through the hiring process and getting ready for the season. But I loved playing for him, but he was no nonsense too. When you were there's boundaries and you've stepped out of the boundaries, he was quick to correct it and hold people accountable. But during the game, he was just someone you could really count on. He was just so even keel and so consistent, and you knew going into the game that we were prepared. Like he was, and then finally he's just so passionate about football. He never stopped learning, and was always in a humble way trying to take the best things he could learn from other people. And he was a good and I really respect the man. But yeah, so Mike Rasmussen, he's now retired and living in the Central Coast of California, but he's growing some grapes and making wine. So he's a well-deserved retirement. But
that's all right.
That's awesome, Coach. That's awesome. Well, man, we definitely appreciate you joining us. Look, I had to represent, make sure Flag Athletics, and I've been looking at your hat, so I'm gonna be hawking you to try and get one of them right there. That's fresh.
Wait till you see the back there.
Oh yeah,
that's
nice. That's nice.
Yep. But I know it's time we wrapping up and everything. We appreciate you joining us, but I know you mentioned something about boosters that you wanted to say before we got off.
Oh yeah, we were having so when we first got the job, one of my neighbors, Cheryl, and she is an alum, and her children are out of high school and just actually recently out of college. But she said we should do something for the alum. We want to support the program. We want to see you guys have success, and we all do our fundraisers through the students and the parents. And if you have a child who plays multiple sports, you always supporting the programs in different ways. But what about the alums who want to see the program get better, who don't have a child in the program or haven't been in touch with the program recently? We want to get them in the stands and make them part of the closer part of the family. So we're having an alumni, or it's an alumni event, but everyone's welcome, and then that is on Friday, after our scrimmage. So I believe that's the 18th. So I just wanted to plug that. And we still got tables available. It's going to be at the Elks Club. And we're going to have a silent auction. And Bubba is going to be the MC. You guys, another Coconino guy bringing the families together. So, so he's been working with our booster club, and we're putting together a good program. It should just be a fun event, get together and let people know what we're doing and the direction we're headed, and invite them to be part of it, because it takes so many different components, so many moving parts to have a good football program. And I feel like that's an area where we can really reach out, and we know the community, but to get everyone together in one room and celebrate. So love to, you guys are invited. Love to have you there. And if you know anybody else, some of your old teammates, Tyrone, who want to come and spread the word. But that's coming up here August 17th, or no, the scrimmage is August 17th and the dinner is August 18th. So
all right, okay, well, we'll definitely help spread the word, and then get out and support. And then this year, we definitely gonna get out and support you. Look, we're gonna support all squads, and we're gonna support the team in the whole. And so we're looking forward to it. And Coach, again, we thank you for coming on today, and I'll chop it up with you a little bit later this afternoon, figuring out field space.
Yeah. And I want to steal some of your plays too. I want you to, I cannot wait to see you guys on the field. The group of young women you got out there, they look like they're having a blast, and I love what you're doing, and I can't wait to get our players on your sideline and supporting you guys, and we'll have 4 squads, one team, and
that's it.
But you got one squad going. Is there going to be a JV in the future, or
it's just varsity right now? And we want to keep a lot of these girls out in case it does take off in Arizona and we have a chance to have JV and eventually freshmen. So right now it's just varsity though.
Oh yeah, I love what you're doing, and can't wait to work with you some more. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, appreciate you, Coach.
Coach, thank you very much for coming. Good luck to you. We're supporting you all the way, and anytime you need to come back on the show, and put some words out there or put news out there, something you got going on, you're more than welcome.
Okay,
we appreciate you, and just happy to have you here, man.
Oh, I love it, and yeah, I love it. Can't wait for a great school year.
There you go. All right, Coach. Go get busy and figure out a couple plays for Coach Johnson, please. Help him out there, man. Help him out. Thanks,
I think that'll go both ways. Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you later. All right.
Take care.
Good. And Coach, and along with talking about the fundraiser, we also want to make known that at Flag High now, we're selling the bricks where you can buy your own souvenir bricks. We're gonna have a spot at Flag High School to lay a little sidewalk or something out with bricks. If you want to honor a family member, a coach, a teammate, check us out. Buy bricks as souvenirs. You can even have a little souvenir to take home with you. So that's something going on at Flag High. Call Mrs. Brown at Flag High and she can give you more information. So
that's a good plug right there, Coach. You've been working on that for how many years now?
See, man, you always mess up.
I ain't got time to mess with you. I told you I got things to do, man.
Hey,
look here.
Go, Coach. Go,
look here, everybody. We appreciate you joining us again. Remember, smash that like button, subscribe, tell a friend about the fifth quarter. You know what I mean? Bring everybody on. And then most importantly, have a great day. I don't know what you're doing out there today, but I do know one thing. You ain't got to go home.
But you got to leave here. See you later. Peace.